there's always that time when you ask yourself that one question. Why is it that life is not happening the way you want life to go? So I'm making this video to give off what I know about it so far. You see, the first thing you need to understand is that you do not attract in what you want, you attract in what you are. So it's in what you are is in what you attract. So when you're sitting there and you're wondering, why is it some place I ain't gone? Why is it some things ain't happened? It's because you must be in a state of observation and you must do that analysis on yourself. And if you pay a close attention to it, you eventually realize your own doing that led to that result. For example, you say, I can't lose weight, for example. Then you have to think about it. Did you take the correct action? Was the conditions met that was needed for that weight loss to happen? You see, one thing you have to ask yourself, did you apply that knowledge and take action to say, this is what I have to do to get there? Sometimes in life, it's not always about waking up thinking, oh, I did it today and tomorrow I don't feel like I'm going to do it. Then that means your manifestation ain't really going to go anywhere. You see, you must understand, what you focus on is what expands. Where your attention goes is where your energy goes. So if you put your attention in a certain place, then what do you expect to expand? So once you know something like that, you need to learn how to take action to make the things in your life manifest. For example, if we go back to the most simplest things, why is it that people are not happy? Why is it that they can't experience joy in their life? So this one, I will answer. It's because your model of the world do not match the reality that you live in. That's where the problem is. Life ain't happening the way you feel that life should happen. If life happened for everybody the way they want it, would you really need to sit there and turn around and say that you feel sad? Would you really need to sit there and say that you feel unhappy, or you feel unease, or you feel disturbed? It's all because you need to go inside yourself and work on the 4 dimensions. Those 4 within you is not going the way you want it. Because you must understand that you can't make anyone around you go 100% your way. Only you can go 100% your way. Only this one can go 100% your way. Nobody else is going to go your way. You turn around and you say to your wife, oh, but you must walk exactly 200 steps a day. And those 200 steps must be you going out and coming back to the house. She's more likely going to walk probably like 50 steps. She may even do 400 steps. You can't make it go the way you want. Oh, but I feel like you must wear the colour green every single day until I tell you to wear the colours you want. No, she's going to go, oh, I want to wear blue today. So you can't make things go 100% your way. This is where the problem comes. So people get this idea that everything must revolve around them. Things ain't going to revolve around you. So the things you must understand is, what is the current frequency that you're on right now? And then you must ask yourself, what is the thing that put you on that frequency? What made you get there? You got to look at the situation. It's only because if a certain condition is not met in your life, guess what happens? Your frequency drops and it comes very, very, very low. And when you're on a low vibrational frequency, what's happening at that moment? Now you're going to attract everything on that low vibrational frequency. Why is that? Because that is where you have tuned in at this moment. At that moment is what you tuned into. The whole idea is to try to keep your frequency at a certain hertz and have a safety zone that you do not breach. You do not bypass. You just want to be able to know from that safety zone, you want to go higher. You want to reach the highest frequency. You don't want to go down to the bottom. So, in the end, it's just simple as that. Life ain't happening the way you feel like it should happen. Having high expectation, attachment to outcome. You see, once you have this attachment to outcome, what happens to that outcome that happened? You're more likely going to end up optimistic, miserable, depressed. Especially when you get so optimistic about saying, oh yeah, everything's going to be really nice, everything's going to be really good. Don't worry, everything's promised, everything's guaranteed. Next minute, everything crumbles before you. You go from being optimistic straight to being pessimistic. That's why in life, you got to learn how to be a realist. A realist is one that sees it for what it is. Sees everything for simply what it is. So, when you look at life very carefully, you need to understand that we're not here forever. Time is rolling away. On an average of 8 hours a day, in 30 years, you sleep 10 years of your life away. So, when you're aware of that, everything is taking its percentage. And if we're going by principles that will apply to what I'm going to explain, you understand. You wake up, you go work, you get your wages. Now, everyone's going to be taking a percentage. Now, you got the guy who's supplying your electric, supplying your gas, supplying your water. He wants his cut. They all want their cut. They're taking their percentage. TV license is taking his. Your phone contract, they're taking theirs. If you got kids, and you're paying for their contract, they're taking the money for the kids who got the phones. Now, you gotta pay for your food. Now, doesn't matter if it's Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Asda's, what it may be. They're also taking their percentage. However, the product that you pick up, if it's Tilda, no matter who it may be, if it's Kellogg's, they're also taking their percentage. Now, when you think about it very carefully, now, your kids got to eat. Now, think how much money that everyone's taking. Transport of London is getting their money for buses, for trains, so on. The cabman is getting his percentage. If a person goes club, let's go restaurant, all these people taking a percentage. So at the end of it all, how much money do you actually have left spare? And that happens every single month. Now, if you look at your life, is it really any difference? Nah. The principle applies. If you look at your life, right? Even sleeping an average of 8 hours a day, that's really the unconscious is taking a percentage. When you have to use the bathroom, it's taking a percentage. When you got a shower or bath, take a percentage. when you gotta wash your hair, brush your teeth, everything that you're planning to do, all take its percentage. So when you think about it very carefully, talking to your friends, talking to your family, going out for occasions, parties, birthdays, weddings, christenings, whatever it may be, everything in this life take its percentage. So if you look at it very carefully, what is the difference from that paycheck that you're spending out on compared to your life? The difference between the two, you know that paycheck's coming every month, but for your life, you have to be born, live your whole life, die, and get reborn again to say, okay, now I got my next set of fresh life allowance. Do you understand? So you gotta look at it. How are you spending your life allowance? It's very important that you understand what I mean by this. So when you know that you're at a certain age that you're at, you have to be aware of these type of things. So anything that you want in this life, you must understand the conditions that needs to be met, right, for these things to happen. If you do not understand the conditions that needs to be met for everything to manifest in your life, you're never ever going to be able to manifest a damn thing. Why? Because if you are just sitting around doing nothing about it, you cannot expect a new result to happen for you. You're going to be exactly where you are. Even if you go 10 years from now, you're still going to be in the same place. Why is that? Because you do not attract in what you want. You attract in what you are. As in, what you are is what you attract. You see, in society, you got a lot of people who don't seem to understand this. And you have people who, you come out on road and they're upset and angry. I see one man the other day when I was going to buy some food. He kicked off this big argument. Why? People are waiting for the self-checkout. He got upset. Why? Because he never wanted to wait. He felt like things had to go the way he felt it must go. No, it didn't go the way he wanted to happen. So he went on a low vibrational frequency. Guess what happened? The woman stepped in the trap and her vibrational frequency went down and aligned with his. What did I do? I naturally protected my energy. Why? Because once I lower, guess what? You're not attracting what you want. You're attracting what you are. So when you realize that, especially when you're in student mode, what I mean and what I'm referring to by student mode, you're the one that's always learning from the teacher or from the teachers around you. So when you're in student mode, the teachers is teaching you everything. Do you understand? Because the master will appear when the student is ready. When you're in student mode, then it's time for the teacher to teach you everything you need to know. And from that, you will know what is good, what is bad. You'll know exactly where you actually stand. So, if you want certain things in your life to happen, you really truly have to apply everything. And you must take action. If you don't, then if you look at who you are right now, that person who you are right now will be what? The same person you will see next 15 years from now. If you are the way who you are right now, then anyone who's watching this video at this point, I ask you this question, then look at your life right now and tell me, how is your life right now? Is it really the way you want it? Are you happy about it? Are you pleased about it? Are you loving that life? Then I tell you this, if you're not able to change in what you are at that moment, that manifests in who you are currently right now, are you really thinking you're going to change? I don't need to say, I don't need to tell you. For those who are watching should really know the answer. If everything that you're doing right now is manifesting the life that you don't want, and you keep doing the same thing, what type of result are you looking to expect? It's the same one that you are manifesting, because you are the author of your own making. This is your story. You're the one who's writing it. You're the one who say, this is how I want to publish this book of my life. So when it comes to that certain part, the only one is to blame is yourself. You manifested it. You made it happen. It's what you chose for yourself. It's what you wanted. So the only person to blame is yourself. You can't blame nobody else. You can't talk yourself out of it. And you can't say is this, is that, is that. Everything was your doing. You wrote it. You did it. This is how you made it come out. So always remember, if you keep doing the same thing, nothing's ever going to change. You'll wake up and you see yourself in the same place. And if you want to know how a person's life is going to end, just look at who you are right now. And if you look at your current situation, you would already be able to see this is the same way how you're going to leave this world. It's the same way who you are right now, because you're not making no changes. And it's as simple as that. It's to get up, put in hard work and change. Don't sit there and think about it and talk, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to make this. It's not hard, it's very simple. Get up, work hard, and truly take action to manifest everything you want. Because if you can't do that, then you're a hopeless case and nobody can't save you, only yourself.